Hey everybody, HistorySoldier here, and I know I said I was gonna do this around that day I did post that video where it was an announcement. I said I was gonna talk about the upcoming WW3 game, and I said if I couldn't do it, I'd do that weekend, but that weekend passed. But that was because life intervened. I had to do other stuff, and I really wanted to do more research on the game. I was able to do a little bit of research on the game, but I'm still working on that part. So for today, I'm just gonna react to the trailer and give my thoughts and opinions on the trailer, the announcement trailer, and just give my thoughts on it, what I see, how I feel about the game. So yeah, let's watch the trailer and give it a shot. Let's see. The one thing that caught my eye was when it shows that guy at this frame. Sorry, my mouse is a little messed up. It really shows you where the war is going on. It shows mainly Russia, but it gives you an idea how far Russia has advanced. As you can see here, here's Finland. They have parts of Sweden occupied. They took over most of the Baltics. You can see they're pushing in from. I can't really see because his head is obstructing the view. But you could see how they took most of the Baltic states, like I said, and they're probably advancing a little more where Belarus and the Ukraine are. And you see little pockets right here, middle of where is that? Probably I would like to say. Damn, I forgot. But what caught my eye the most was NATO is only made up of only 29 states. There's certain states here, like Bosnia Herzegovina, and Serbia, and Sweden, and Finland, and Ireland. They aren't in NATO. Neither is Austria or Switzerland, but it seems like the whole map of Eastern and Western Europe is in NATO. So maybe this is a scenario where, because of the Russian invasion, because Finland isn't in NATO, so maybe this is a scenario where NATO grew, and then Russia found out this was probably the best time to strike because they were getting surrounded. The alliance was getting too powerful. I'm not gonna lie, this type of scenario with them advancing into Finland and the Baltics and a little bit in the central Eastern Europe right here is actually very plausible, because it's been kind of understood that if Russia was to push an offensive against Europe, they would push very far, taking the Baltics and some of Eastern Europe. But by the time they get to more of the parts of Western Europe, they would start to slow down because of the NATO response. Yeah, but yeah, this part just caught my eye because all of Europe is in the NATO sphere, which makes me really wonder. Maybe they'll release lore from the game, like how the war started. Maybe NATO didn't grow. Maybe it was just because Russia attacked, the neutral nations joined NATO for their protection. But yeah, this just caught my eye. I don't know what this red part is, but I don't know. Let's just continue. If I go back, this is what caught my eye. Again, when I wasn't paying attention to the map, this is what caught my eye. When you look at this soldier loading his weapon, you can see right here in the bottom left, you can see his flag of nationality, which is the German flag for the Federal Republic of Germany, which kind of made me realize that Germany was going to be in this game. This was before I even looked at the map now. And then it was right here that I realized this was between Russia as you can see the Russian flag here, the Russian Federation flag. And then as you can see, you'll also see the the British flag or the Union Jack, kind of also proving that, like, you know, because of that map, a lot of Europe's going to be in the war. But before I looked at that map, like I said a couple times already, so far it was kind of confirmed that German and British forces and Russian forces were in the game so far. This map also kind of gives you another idea of what's going on. I'm not sure if the red is NATO, but as you can see, whatever's going on, most of Denmark, all of Denmark actually, and most of northern Germany is actually in the red. And due to what you're going to see in the trailer in a couple of seconds, it actually might be the Russians went through the Baltic Sea and invaded Denmark, and now are invading Germany through Denmark, which you'll see in a minute through a battle at a landmark in Germany. That's another thing I realized. I found out this game wasn't just going to be infantry based. I heard it was going to be armored based as well. But from what I heard, or what you just saw in the trailer, how they shot an RPG and disabled the tank or destroyed it, they really researched how to combat a tank, and that's actually, from what I know, that's actually a very plausible situation. Sorry if I'm like pausing and all that, but that's because I'm just going on what's off the top of my head. I haven't really finished my research yet, but I heard in this game it's they're trying to make the armored units not so OP and actually have the infantry have a fighting chance against them. And I also like that they're doing tank warfare as well, because I feel like that really expands the gameplay, and for what I've heard, because it's so realistic, it'll make you realize how, like, maybe like how tank combat would look in modern day. You know, the speed, the combat, and all that. But I will go over that later when I actually do an actual thoughts video on the game itself. And I actually hope to play this game later this year when it comes out. Seeing this little snippet of the gameplay gives it feels like a real Call of Duty feel. And as you can see here in the center, sorry, I'm right clicking by accident using a mouse from Mac. Right here in the center, it shows enemy hit and then killed. Basically, it's like a real, though it's a really realistic game, it has a really Call of Duty, Battlefield 4, 3 like feel to it, which I really like, because you want to make a realistic game, but you don't want to make it like too realistic to where it doesn't feel like a first-person shooter, like for Dun, for instance. And like this is an instance for the tank combat right here. Like they have big open spaces. Like I believe this is the Red Square Kremlin area, and like there's a big space, so there's a tank battle in the process. I really look forward to the tank battles in this game, actually, yeah, or more details on the game in general. Okay, that was the part that got me the most. Was this also proved that that there's a third European country, basically unit confirmed in this game, which is the French army, which as you can see right here with their national flag. Sorry, I paused there. Their national flag, the tricolor. And what else got me was this remote controlled, from what is this guy on the right holding a remote, this guy setting it up, an explosive mobile device, or I believe something to disorientate the enemy, which is down below. Basically, this reminds me of like that explosive RC car from Black Ops 2, but I'm sure they'll give more details on this device as the game comes out and more developed towards when it's supposed to come out later this year. That was another thing that got me too, was that there's also I'm not really sure, but I don't know if you fight in the sky or you just have air support. But it's also proved, I know the NATO alliance is if one's attacked, the whole thing's in it, including the United States and Canada and most of Western and Eastern Europe. But it also kind of proved that the U.S. is in the game as well, like confirmed as a unit, but so far only as air support. Because if you look at the wing of this aircraft, the fighter jet, you see USA. And what also is confirmed that there's a stealth bomber and the fighter jets as well for air support units. This is also like the scene where it shows what the RC car can do. But I'm not sure if it really kills or disorientates the enemy, but I'm sure it's kill and disorientate at the same time, like a flashbanger or some sort. That part also got me too, was, as you can see here, it looks like we're following a camera view going through the garage. And then you see the point of view of a soldier where that view was coming from, and it proves to be a missile. Maybe it's like a guided missile. You could just, move the missile around from the front camera you see. It would also caught my sorry, I just woke up. For this scene was this. God darn it, stupid mouse. Was this device right here. I don't know if this is a device that's like unmanned or it's like an armored fighting vehicle. Well, it is an armored fighting vehicle, but I'm not sure if it's manned or unmanned. But I'm sure they'll go over that in the trailer, well, in future trailers or when they release more information on the stuff in the game as well. That was like a good idea of what like the air support units would be like. Like you can call it an airstrike and it really blasts up the entire area. But it really gives you an idea like how powerful the air support is, because they're trying to go for realism here. So, and from what I could tell, bombing from a stealth bomber, that's actually pretty accurately how it goes. But I'm not really sure. I'll be doing research, because my actual discussion about the game itself will be posted hopefully by next weekend, because I want to do a lot of research to make sure I'm not in the dark. Sorry, I'm burping up my breakfast. But yeah, next weekend, hopefully, I'll be going over the game itself, how I feel about it. Because I'm only doing the trailer right now and what I've seen so far. And the actual game and the things about it, I'll be going over next weekend. This scene really proves my point. Was when you go back to that part with the map where it shows Denmark occupied and most of northern Germany occupied, this scene is actually, this actual area is a very famous landmark in Germany. It actually kind of proves that the Russians were able to invade Denmark and push through northern Germany. Basically proves that they're moving into Germany. How they did that, probably through the Baltic Sea, I don't know. Hopefully they'll reveal more about what happens in the, like how the war started, where the Russians are in the game, I look forward to more details about the game later on. Okay, well, that was just the announcement trailer for the World War III game coming out later this year, hopefully, or by early 2019. I know many YouTubers have done the reaction to the channel, the reaction to the video, but I kind of want to give my thoughts on it, Of course, this wasn't my full thoughts and opinions about the game. I will actually do that either, like I said earlier, next weekend or when more details come out, but I will be following and monitoring this game, its development through the developers, through Twitter and Facebook, and anything they release on their website. But what are your guys' thoughts on the game? Are you gonna play this game? What do you think the story is? Like, do you think all of NATO grew, or do you think Russia just struck now before you were too powerful? But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. That was all. Just going over the announcement trailer. But I will definitely be doing a full opinion live stream about the game and all that. But until then, thanks guys for watching, and see you next time.